Hey guys, so I am back with another video, and today I'm going to show you how to bedazzle these Mickey Mouse ears. So I went to Disneyland and I saw these, and as soon as I saw them I was like, I need to bedazzle them. So here I am, and I'm going to show you just exactly how to do it. So as you can see right here on the side, it has a Mickey Mouse logo, and I don't want it to show under my rhinestones. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and paint over it with this Angelus black paint. So I do like to use Angelus paint to paint over fabric, my shoes, stuff like that. And you might be asking, can I use a Sharpie? Yes, you can, but I don't know if you guys have ever used it to paint over fabric, and the color underneath will still show no matter how many times you go over it with the Sharpie. So that's why I went over it with paint. So I did do 3 coats of the black Angelus paint. I let it dry in between each coat, and after that it was ready to begin being bedazzled. So to bedazzle these ears, I am going to be using 2 types of glue. I got the Super Tight Ninja Super Flex and the E6000. But first we're going to use the Super Tight glue, okay? So if you've never used this glue before, it comes with that little black tip. You're going to remove that, and then you're going to place the pusher into the glue. It's going to work like a syringe, okay? You got your tips ready to go. Make sure you have all your stations set up. You got your rhinestones, your pickup tool, and a little napkin to wipe your glue on, because this glue works so fast. You have to be moving. You have to make sure you're not wasting any time. Have everything ready to go. So now that you have everything ready, you're gonna take off the little lid. You see the little gray lid, and then you have your tip. It comes with 3 tips if you buy the glue, and then you're gonna connect it and twist it until you feel it close. See how I'm taking it off? Make sure it's the same way. Connect it and twist it until you feel it seal, and then you're ready to go. So it's gonna work like a syringe, like I said, and be careful, do not push it so hard because the glue will come out quick. So this little tube is to mix the glue. It's a 2-part glue, and it's mixing together. So like I said, you got to be ready for this glue. It comes out quick and it dries super quick. You literally have 1 minute of working time. But this glue works amazing for synthetic leather, imitation leather, you know what I mean? So I love using this glue for leather. It will seal and it will make sure your rhinestones don't go nowhere. So like I said, you have to move super quick. This is not a joke. I'm being serious. Super quick, because this glue will dry, and then your tip will dry, and you will have to change your tip every single time it dries. So like I said, if you buy this glue, it comes with 3 tips. 3 tips. So you have to make those last you. If you know you're not going to be able to work with 3 tips, or it's your first time, I suggest you buy extra tips because you will need them. Trust me. Like I said, it's a 1 minute working glue, so it will dry. So like you can see right there, I am doing 1 dot per rhinestone, and then I'm placing the rhinestones. I'm doing 2 lines for each side of the headband, and I am using SS20 AB rhinestones for most of the lid, but this part, it is all SS20. So now that I'm going onto the section where it connects both sides of the headband, I'm going to start putting size SS20, but I am doing 4 rhinestones per row, and I'm going to go ahead and do 6 lines of 4 rhinestones. Once I get to the part where the headband is actually getting thinner, I'm going to start placing 3 rhinestones per line. So I did 6 rows of 4 rhinestones, and then I'm gonna start doing rows of 3 all the way to the bottom. Remember, like I said, this glue works super fast, so you have to be moving super quick. Make sure your rhinestones are there. You have your napkin to wipe off your tip, and then keep going. One little quick tip I can tell you is, if you are using the super tight glue, once you squirt some glue out, you can squirt a little bit on your napkin to make sure the glue is flowing through the tip and it does not dry. So if you're wondering how to glue over the fabric part where it said Mickey Mouse, it's the same thing. It's no different. Use your super tight glue and it should cause you no problems. It should stick on perfectly like it has been doing for the rest of the headband. So like I said, once you connect both sides of the headband, you're going to do 6 rows of 4 rhinestones per row, and then you can move on to 3 rhinestones per row. So at the very edge, I did do one little line of size 16. So in that last line, I did put 3 rhinestones of size 16. So now that I am done doing the headband part, I can move on to the ears. So like I said, I can't stress this enough. You have to move quick. So I am doing the edges of the ear with the super tight glue still. I am using SS16 for the edges because it's thinner and the 20s won't fit. So I am using SS16 AB rhinestones. So I'm going to go all the way around and bedazzle each edge of the ears on the back and on the front. And now that I am working on a more flat surface, the edge of the ears, I can go ahead and do a line of glue instead of having to do little dots of glue per rhinestone. It helps with the flow of the glue and making sure your tips don't dry as quick. So again, this glue does dry really quick, so it literally gives you a minute for it to dry, so you have maybe a second or two to move your rhinestones around if you have to. So now that I am done doing the edges of the ears, the first row of the ear, I am actually going to use still super tight. Okay, so I am doing lines here of glue. I am not doing dots of glue, just the first row. So I use super tight for the whole headband, for the edges of the ears, and for the first row of the ears. So go ahead and do that to all the ears. So now I went on ahead and did all the ears with the first row. And this is how it looks like so far. We are finally done using super tight. You can take the tip off. Make sure you put your lid back on. Take out the back part. Put the black lid in. Make sure nothing falls in there. So I did end up using 6 tips in total. I told you these tips will dry quick, okay? I probably would have used maybe 3 or 4, but you know, I had to stop, take little breaks, take care of my kids, so yeah. So now we are going to be using E6000 for the rest of the ear. I do like to use these little E6000 tubes that come with little tips to make sure my lines come out nice and straight when I am blinging something out. So now we're gonna go row per row. Go ahead and draw your line out with the glue, and we're gonna bedazzle line by line, just placing the rhinestones as they fall. I am not following a specific pattern. I'm just letting them be placed wherever they fall. So go row per row, placing your rhinestones on the ear. I do have this little tube thingy that they sell like at, you know, paint stores. And then that helps a lot to make sure the glue comes out when your tube's almost empty. I haven't seen them at any Michael's or Joann's. I've only seen them at, stores that they sell actual paint. So yeah, I really recommend one of those. I did add a tiny little rhinestone in that little gap because it was bothering me. So I did put a 16 in there. And then just go ahead, keep doing your lines row per row. If you do not have the A6000 tube with the tips on it, you can still use your regular A6000. Just slide it slowly and it will create a nice thin line for you to still be able to place your rhinestones without any extra glue. So keep doing your lines. Once you get to the middle end part, just place one to connect both sides and you will be fine. Continue doing your lines. So quick notes, each ear does look the same, but they can differ a little bit depending on the ears. SS20 should work just fine until you get to the middle. It could be a little different per ear. Sometimes the ears can run a little bit bigger, not noticeable, but when you place the rhinestones you can tell. Just a little quick note now that we are getting to the middle. So don't freak out, you can always do fill-ins without any problem. So now we are in the middle. Like I was telling you guys, it can differ a little bit. So I did put a few rhinestones. I moved them around until I saw how they fit, and then I went on ahead and did fill-ins. I did put a size 12 in there, and then right there in the bottom, 2 little size 12s. So these are my results. I hope you guys love how they came out as much as I do. These are ready for Disneyland, Disney World, wherever it is you're going. I think they have them at Shop Disney now if you want to go get them and bling them out. Now you know exactly what to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.